Hey there guys, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. We are back, couple of weeks break, refreshed, rejuvenated, raring to go for the A-League season. I'm joined by Ben as always. How are you, buddy? I was going to say, mate, how's it been, mate? Yeah, obviously working on a few other projects while we've been away. Bloody beautiful. Big shout out obviously goes to Gabriel Mar Optometrist, major sponsor of the podcast. Be sure to go check those guys out down there at Jesmond. And obviously a big shout out to Gabriel Mar himself for his birthday today. Big happy birthday from us here at the Crossbar Capers team. As we said, welcome to everybody in the chat. We're back. We're going to talk a bit of football. We figured what better person to get on than obviously Vandy himself. Serial pest, friggin', he's been everywhere. He's jetted all around the country, all overseas, obviously to watch the Jets play. Obviously, other than Toddy Blackwell, there's probably no one really who knows the club probably as good as Vandy does. So we'll get a bit of we'll chat to him about obviously what's been going on throughout the off season. Get his thoughts obviously on the season ahead and everything else. And obviously, before we go off the air, we'll get his best 11. The best 11 that he's seen, obviously, in the club. Vandy, mate, how are we? Nah, thank you, mate. It's been a weird year, mate. How was, well, that's exactly where we were going to start, mate. How was, oh, hold tight. Ben's on to something. What do we got? So there you go, typical. This is why we've got the IT bloke. So, come back tomorrow, try it again. Can only. No? Let us know. Mate, we're a bit rusty. We've had a couple of weeks off, guys. Got to let us just get back into it. Mate, we've actually got 14 people live watching now, mate. Mate, we're about 8 subscribers. 8 subscribers off 200. Not since friggin' ages. Oh, not since I've been playing COD. Sorry. What was I going to say? 200. Hold the foot. Obviously, these guys can't hear Ben. I've made a boo-boo in the audio segment playing Call of Duty. So, that's what we're waiting on. What do we got, Elliot? Conspiracy. Josh wants all the attention. That's it. I'm after all the attention. Vandy's had enough. He gets all the attention. Friggin' could have ironed his shirt, the friggin' going to his friend's 21st or whatever the fuck it was on the weekend, but anyway. Friggin' hell. Do apologise, guys. Obviously, we can sit here and just bag out Vandy while we're waiting, if he's like. That's what he's here for. Yes, Luke, what's going on? Aiden, Dylan Smith's in the chat. Elliot's here. I think Noopy popped in there as well. Say good day in the chat if he's awake. And Ryan Koeman, what's going on, buddy? Get rid of the Vandy bloke. I like the fact that he's wearing the pink goalkeeper top. I like it. Styling. Oh, yeah, it's a bit salty. Not many people have got their hands on that one. What do we got? Vandy has all the money for flights and accommodation, but he's running a 480p webcam. Elliot on the money. Oh, mate. He's worked his ass off. He's worked his ass off. Fuck me, Dad. This is atrocious. My apologies. Yep, we've dropped out. Just drop out. That's the way. Why not? You want me to reboot this, Ben? Fuck. I have no idea if we're still live. I can't see nothing. Oh, shit. There we go. Got me. Can you hear me? Friggin' hell. It's like I'm sitting in a fucking sweatbox. See, this is bullshit. I've got to change all this shit just to fucking play Call of Duty.
Fortnite like a real man.
Fuck. Bullshit.
Oh, God. Can you hear us now, Joshy? Take that as a no. Hey, why? There we go. Now Stream can hear us. Can you hear me, Josh?
I can't hear you at all, Ben, or Vandy.
Stream can hear us, though, and that's all that matters. If I go to fucking Discord.
Fuck.
That's gonna be... Can you hear us now?
Nah. Yeah, restart it.
Can you hear us now?
Yo.
I can hear you. Whoa.
What the fuck?
Fucking hell, your computer phone. It's shitty. Can you hear us now?
Yo. What the fuck?
Can you hear us now? Gotta be speakers. Can you hear me now?
Nah. Oh my god, fuck.
You're telling me, you're not the one trying to fix it. Speakers, default device. Set as default device. Can you hear me now?
Can't hear.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Do you have your headphones plugged in? Well, this is... me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Righto, guys.
Let's fucking try this again now. Right, I'll fix the video stuff.
Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear Ben? Ben, how are we?
I'm good, mate. How are you? We'll try this again for the 10th million time.
We'll try this again, absolutely. We do apologise. Vandy, mate, we got you.
What's going on, buddy?
Mate, Jesus Christ, you sound clearer than what you did before.
It's a miracle.
Buddy, can everyone hear us now? Everyone's there. Yes, take 2. Here we go. Rightio. We got it. Vandy's here. So how was COVID, mate? What have you been doing?
COVID was like, it wasn't as bad as was it like for you, for Victoria, and obviously you got to feel for everyone in Victoria and what a smashing job they did. But yeah, no, COVID was okay. It was a massive work from home-a-thon, which Are you guys back at work and everything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ben was Ben had to close down for a little bit, but I didn't stop.
6.5 weeks I was off.
You never stop.
Nah, I never stopped, mate. Never stopped. Too busy. No, I was lucky. So obviously worked for a company that deals with like mining equipment and stuff like that. So obviously the guys don't stop up there. So either do we. So that obviously helped out. But obviously we do have Vandy on. We're lucky enough to have him on. We'll talk a little bit about obviously, again, throughout the years a little bit. Vandy's 11 we'll take at the very end. But I think the biggest one, obviously not many people may know, is that you're a Sydney boy. Born and bred.
Hang on, you're kind of going in and out, hang on.
Yep.
How are you going? So, go my trick again.
You there, mate? Got ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get distorted, hang on. Okay, here we go. No, you're good. You're last.
Now
I heard Sydney. I heard Sydney boy.
Yeah, born. So obviously, some people may or may not know you were born in Sydney.
Yep.
Born and bred.
Born and bred. Believe it or not, not many people know about this. I was a Sydney FC fan season 1.
And yeah, this is exactly where I was about to go with it. I do believe you're a Sydney fan. And how did you become a Jet? What made you change?
So first of all, honest to God, I was a Allianz Stadium member. So I don't think it was Allianz Stadium. It would have been.
It was before then. Sydney Football Stadium,
and then Aussie Stadium. So Aussie Stadium member, and I used to just because the local team had a football team, never bought a jersey, but would go for free with mates because I'm a little stingy, obviously. And I decided when they won the league, I didn't want to go for the team that won the league. And believe it or not, I felt sorry for the Mariners the first year they wore it, and I was like, now in the off season, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Do I go for the Mariners? Do I go for Sydney? What am I going to do? Anyway, as we get to the team of the team of all time, I will explain why I go for the Jets then.
Go for it.
Well, I'll explain when we do the starting 11. That's when I'll explain why.
All right, done. Okay, no dramas. Too easy. So obviously there's no, everyone knows it. You've been pretty much to most. You would have had to have been to every A-League stadium by now.
The only one I never did, I did New Zealand Knights. I never did North Queensland Fury because when they were kind of a big deal, it coincided with my HSC, which my parents really wanted me to do well in, which I ended up failing miserably and getting a 72, which is okay, but not really for me. But so got a 72 in the HC and didn't go to North Queensland away, and then the team folded and I never got to go.
Fair enough. So yes,
the only time I went to Gold Coast was when Neil Young nearly died, and we lost 2-0.
Yep.
But he didn't die.
He didn't die. No, definitely not. He survived.
I spent a whole 10 minutes in Cairns and fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
Flew up there to get picked up at the airport to drive all the way back to Melbourne.
So, guys, if you guys have got any questions related to the Jets, feel free to whack them in, and we'll get through to them. As I said, we'll talk a little bit about, obviously, Vandy's away trips, what he's found to be probably the best away trip he's been on, and most memorable, so to speak, and then obviously the one that he'd probably rather forget. So we'll start with those, mate. What's the best away trip you've done?
So believe it or not, I have got a few.
Oh, many, yep.
I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
And I will start with one that's probably close to your heart. The 3-2 come from behind win in Melbourne against City.
City, yep.
That's what made me a Jets supporter.
There's a few reasons why. First of all, we've never come from behind to win 3-2 ever.
No.
Well, actually, we've never come back from 2 goals. We actually have come
down,
from behind to win 3-2.
Yeah.
Which was actually against Melbourne Heart, funnily enough. First of all, it coincided with the Melbourne Cup, which Dad obviously goes down for work. So it was his kind of first ever away trip with me, and kind of special that he came with me to the game. Ben Kennedy, Milos Trifunovic. It was kind of the year that we thought the Jets were going to go well. They didn't, but that was pretty special. There was the number 2 on the list was kind of a funny night. We earlier in January, I had booked Wellington away, and it was my first ever Wellington away, and we got an email from the FFA saying that it was actually rescheduled to a Wednesday night trip. So I ended up going, and there was Bianca Beattie and Daniel Scully, who are a beautiful couple who live up on the Gold Coast. They were there as well. The Jets ended up winning 2-1. It was a crowd of 1,500. We were the only Jets fans there. You could hear us on TV, and Adam Taggart, Michael Bridges scored, and yeah, that was pretty cool. My first ever Wellington away. Perth away when we won 2-1 3 years ago, when we only had one shot on target and an own goal. One of my best mates who lives in Perth, his name's Josh Garland, and he was like, Matt, the Jets are definitely going to win, because it was kind of his first time punting, and I was like, yes, they will win. He put 1,000 on them at $2.50. And anyway, we were down 1-0 to a Joe Knowles goal, and he cashed out at half time for $2.50. Anyway, we ended up coming back in the 88th and winning in the 90th. And obviously he would have won 2,500, cashed out for 400. You've never seen someone so devastated, and the other person was so happy. My fourth was my first ever Brisbane away, and it was my first ever inflatables night.
Yes.
It's pretty. There's a funny story for this. I ended up leaving my bag at Gold Coast train station, and earlier I'd been to Condom Kingdom for blow-up dolls and stuff, because it was inflatable night. Anyway, Adam Martin, Emma Martin's husband, and squadron member, NCL member, somewhat Terrace Nova Pasture member when he isn't whipped.
Somewhat.
Anyway, he had to go get my bag, and the train conductor had to ask him what was in the bag, and he had to say, "Yeah, blow-up dolls are in the bag." So not only that, and then I ended up getting technically arrested that night by Suncorp Security and Brisbane Police, and let go. Arsehole police, Brisbane, they can get fucked. Suncorp Security are even worse. But yeah, Adam Martin, MVP, 3 points, and good bloke.
3 points and a couple of blow-up dolls for the way home.
I was going to say, yeah.
My fifth, to summarise, last year when I went to Kashima, it was a very, very interesting time. I had a bloke called Jack Wheeler with me, who's a terrific bloke, good mate, kind of a lifelong friend. He was studying Japanese at a. He was studying Korean and flew across to Japan for the trip. I would have been fucked. I'm the least multicultural person ever. When I go to places, I get a steak. Had no sushi. He literally helped me out. He could speak fluent Japanese. He was just a good bloke and took me to the games. Laura took me to the game there. Just great. Like, we ended up losing 4-1, but I would have been pretty screwed if it wasn't for him. Stayed in an Airbnb. Yeah, it was just good vibes. There's my top 5.
Yeah, you can't go past, obviously, European trip, a real European trip, not a hoolie trip. It was a real one. It wasn't a European, it was an Asian trip, I suppose.
Obviously, big fans of any Gosford away, but you can't really say 8-2 or 5-1 because that's it's pretty cruel to Gosford locals.
Nah, that's exactly right. One of the boys has whacked in here, mate. What's your most memorable away trip with Dylan Watkins?
Yeah. So I'll tell the story now. It was a 2-2 draw. Andrew Hull scoring 2 goals. Probably the best thing he did for the club. So would have been fucked if we wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
Mate, look, I love Dylan, but mate, there was that one night he with Spotless Stadium there wasn't really a technical away bay. There wasn't a password away bay. Anyway, I ended up sitting next to Suncorp and Dylan was getting really agitated. And God love him. Look, no matter what, we love Dylan. We understand his passion. We understand his loyalty. So no matter what, he's an absolute MVP in my book. He was getting really agitated with Wanderers fans in our away bay.
Yep.
He discussed this with the security guard, and technically he was right. It wasn't a away bay, and they just laughed at him. Anyway, the third time, he got really pissed that they weren't heeding to his calls. He literally chucked a full beer at this female security who didn't give a shit. And to be fair, not that I agree with Dylan, but mate, Dylan did what Dylan did. And you would have thought the riot police were coming. Not that I'm some sort of hero. I had to hold Dylan and literally hand him to police to make sure they weren't going to smack him because they were charging down. Like it was like bananas and pajamas coming down the stairs. Yeah. Look, the funny thing was, the best thing about it was Dylan got a 12-month ban from Spotless Stadium.
Yep.
We didn't play ever again at that venue for another 24 months, so
Winning.
he didn't care.
Sean's just put in there Watkins and ET at Pulse.
I don't know what the fuck Pulse is, but I imagine it's some pig festival that
Yeah, I suppose, it's probably... Is that the one where the photo of him emerged with that friggin' older duck on his lap at the Gosford? I reckon I'm pretty sure Pulse is down the coast.
No.
but I'd love to.
That happened after the 8-2 win. That happened after the 8-2 win.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, where it was all over and shit. But yeah, obviously, anyway, we've missed out on a heap of time. We're going to friggin' smash into, obviously, the season ahead and what's been going on, friggin' the pre-season games and everything else and all the fucking ups and downs and everything else.
We finally got to watch one.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, thanks to big shout out to Laurie and obviously the Newcastle Jets.
Coast football.
Yeah, for obviously forking out for it. So yeah, good on them. Thanks heaps for that. Muchly appreciated. Shit weather. They're pretty average friggin'.
Oh,
I was punting down.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Obviously,
Can I just say? Go. Can I say that Brisbane goal that Brisbane scored? Yes. Absolute banger.
Yes, it was. Yeah. You can't take that away. Topper all over friggin' Joey. That was pretty good.
Unmarked at the back stick. He'll have them all day.
Yeah. Topper's friggin' boot to the chest of friggin' Joey was fantastic. I'm sure it was
right. They were giving Connor O'Toole just as much shit.
Sure, it was an accident. But yeah, what have been your thoughts so far, mate? There's been so much going on. Look, we're not going to go into too much into too much detail. As I said, we've already gone on about it on the podcast beforehand, mate. We may as well go back to the beginning. Carl leaves. What were your thoughts when Carl left?
I was pretty devastated. It's what people don't understand is, regardless of what you guys make of Carl, whether he's the greatest thing to happen in Newcastle or he's the worst, Carl got a lift out of the club I have never seen before, and I have never I slag Costa Petralis left, right, and centre, mate. He scored a banger. He scored a banger against the champions. You tell me something that Costa Petralis has ever done in his footballing career previously, mate. 99 out of 100 times you slag him. Like, he gets a lift.
Yep.
I don't agree with Carl, and at the same time, I am biased as hell. So I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same. But for Newcastle, I'd do anything for the club, so I wouldn't have done the same. But obviously he's got a family to support, and Laurie and him knows exactly what happened. I don't think we'll ever hear the full story. But yeah, I'll back the CEO. But look, I don't necessarily think that Carl Robinson is a football genius. I think he did terrific with us. But at the same time, you can't tell me that we can't go out there and produce the exact same football that we did. And like Dimmy's a good player. I never thought Dimmy Petratos was the best player in the world. Like, you compare the season that Hull left for Sydney and Petratos came in, they had the exact same stats for getting the balls in the box. And there was a period where Dimmy didn't assist and Dimmy didn't score. Yep. And, like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but I don't have him in my best 11. Like, there are better players than Dimmy.
Yeah.
Look, but to summarise, I'm pissed off that Carl's left, but he's not going to go and do the same with Western Sydney. I promise you, we will have a better season than Western Sydney this season.
Right. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I've said to Ben on numerous occasions, I've bagged Johnny Kay out numerous occasions. I think that he's had
guilty of it too.
He's had dramas over the years and shit like that. But what Carl did to get the best out of him, and obviously the way he's turned his whole career around, I guarantee it, his career to come. But wonderful, brilliant things, and obviously he's now looking the goods. And I think a lot of that is credit to Carl and the way he plays, and obviously what he wanted to get out of obviously Johnny Case. So yeah, look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Whatever, coaches come and go. That's the biggest thing for the fans, I think, that need to realise is there'll be another one, and then there'll be another one, and then there'll be another one. You know what I mean? Like it's going to happen. Merrick coming to the club, I thought was fantastic. Probably one of the best things to happen for the Jets in a long time, and it worked. He done well. He got the best out of what he had, and then the wheels fell off, and so be it. But yeah, look, it is what it is. In regards to that, Matty, obviously the coaching scenario, what do you reckon, mate? You reckon it'll be, your thoughts only? Obviously, got to be a local coach now. Someone like obviously Deansy maybe, or McBreen, something like that.
Look, here's the thing. There, obviously, with the terms and conditions of what's going on with behind closed doors, the name Arthur Pappas has been thrown around a lot. Now, first of all, I'm not going to go on a massive fat train because I've been saying since 2016 I'd like him. Yeah. If we don't get him, if we don't get him, I'm not going to cry. I'd love him, but it is what it is. When it comes to an amazing coach, do we need to get someone from abroad? Do we need to get someone domestically? I don't really picture this to myself. Craig Deans has literally stuck through us through absolute thick and thin. And look, he's gone to the W League, he's gone to the A League, back and forth. There's been times when Van Egmond's gone. There's been times where coaches have been suspended and Deansy step up. Look, McBreen, Deansy, Clayton Zane, they're three names that know the program. And look, whether we've got $1 million to spend on a coach or no dollars, they deserve a crack. And like, we're not a team, we don't deserve to be the team that is bailed out by the FFA or bailed out by owners or anything. But we deserve a loyal coach who loves the team. And look, Deansy has literally stuck by us thick and thin. I'd happily, if Deansy got it, people will say, "Oh, you've gone from international recruitment and found this." Mate, it is what it is. He deserves a crack.
Absolutely. And that's it. His record isn't that friggin' bad. He's done pretty well with what he's been dealt with in the past and everything else. So, no, I totally agree. It's got to be someone local, surely.
I'll give you a reason why, hypothetically. Before, I think, what's the female coach? Is it Ash Gardner?
Yeah.
Before she came in last year, when shit hit the fan and Deans had to come over, Newcastle were the only team to take a point off the champions, Melbourne City, in the W League. And literally, for the 80 minutes, the first 80 minutes, we outplayed them. We probably spent 20 or 200,000 on our. They spend the full 1.5 million budget for W League, and we outplayed them. He's not some football genius, but he knows how to get a lift out of a few locals.
Yeah,
give him a gig.
Yeah, it's one of those things where again, it's we need a coach, and we need it to happen as soon as we possibly can. You know, I know everything's going on and everything else has been a pain in the ass, but we need to find a coach. The sooner we lock in a coach, the happier the fans will be. Just knowing that someone's definitely got the gig, and obviously the players, and the players as well. Just knowing that they know who's running the show somewhat. Not saying
hypothetical before you move on. Hypothetically,
yes,
as I would love Arthur Pappas, but let's say we get Arthur Pappas when we hypothetically sign a new manager. He still has to do two weeks quarantine. He still has to learn the system. Like at the same time, this season's only going to go for 4 or 5 months. Yep. I think it ends in May.
Yep.
Look, stick with what you've got, and you know what? If it's McBreen and Deans,
yep,
mate, give it to him.
Yeah,
it's going to be a really interesting season with games left, right, and centre every 3 or 4 days. There's no need, there's no rush to be able to get this bloke in. So yeah, Deans and McBreen for me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think it's somewhat of a no-brainer. Just stick with the local coach if we can. Obviously, you said Zaney as well. I have no objections there. He's done everything he can at Northern New South Wales football. So
I'll backflip on what I said just before we finished our break.
Yep.
Just before we went on break, and saying that it should be somebody else, not so much local. I tend to backflip on that now for the simple fact that time is not on our side anymore.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing. We've got no time. You know, we're a couple of weeks out. We've only got one game left against Wellington next week, which will be a fan day, I believe, on the
be an interesting game
Saturday.
Too.
I think it's the 18th. Not sure what day that is, whether it's the Sunday or the Saturday. But the weekend coming against Wellington, fan day. All the girls from the W League will be down there. So if you remember, get down there, say good day to everyone, and obviously watch the game. Yeah, obviously you're talking about obviously the fixtures, Vandy. What was your take on that? I nearly friggin' fell off my chair when I seen the friggin' how many midweek games. I think we've got 2 Friday night games. What was your take, mate? How's that going to affect a bloke like you who goes to nearly every away day? Midweeks.
This way, I feel like the fixtures is deserved.
Yep.
Like people say, oh, the league doesn't do well. There's no standout games. There's no marquee games. The fixturing shit. Do Newcastle? Let's say you're trying to promote someone to watch the A-League. Do the Newcastle Jets deserve a Friday or Saturday game?
Absolutely not.
Probably not. Yeah. So at the same time, I can think about myself and say, oh, I'm disappointed. I have to go to Newcastle on a Monday night. Look, first of all, I love Newcastle, so I don't really care. But I think it's deserved, and I think until we can show glimpses of 2018, 2008,
yep.
Look, it is the way it is. And people say in whether you group chat, your forums, oh, I'm not going to support the team because we have left, right, and centre. Mate, I will tell this to anyone. I could not care. Don't support the team. Newcastle, people tell me Newcastle have the most loyal bunch of supporters. It is the biggest myth ever. There are people.
Who have you been talking to?
Who tells you that?
Mate,
who tells you that?
Like hypothetically, Knights fans as well.
Oh, fuck.
People don't understand. You have a core 7,000 who will back the team no matter what, who will get the memberships, and then you've got the core 4,000 who will say, oh, we deserve to have a Saturday night game at 7:30 because we made a Newcastle banner once against Melbourne Victory. It is an absolute myth. There are people who are in the active support, the Granny Jet, the Dylan Watkins, who will be there whether it's a 40-degree day, and my hat goes off them. And like, mate,
Luke Sports Gaming,
and you've got the 2 blokes from Victoria who make a podcast to support the team that they've had to move away from to support their family. Mate, you guys do more than people who are in active support that, oh, we've done our fair share, now we're not going to come back until the team's good. No, mate, this team does not survive without members. And if you
100%.
don't want to be a part of the ride through good or bad, mate, go and support MPL and get stuffed.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing, you know. I mean, like I've had so many arguments with people who, I'm not buying them. Like you've seen it, as I said, you know, social media is so powerful these days. You see it every day. I'm not buying a membership until I know who the coach is, or friggin' I know what's going on, or what the owner situation is. And like, just buy the membership. Nothing's going to change. We've been stated that we will be here. Yeah, nothing's changing. The fixtures are out.
I'll said it before and I'll say it again. It's fucking $9 a month.
Like for you, it's $9.
And that's the thing. I think it's a bit more expensive than that. But let's hypothetically say your Nathan Tinkler days, your Martin Lee days, literally the cheapest membership.
Yep.
Every single season, and I'm not talking maybe there was an off year. Literally every season.
Yeah.
And just think, and I like to think about this every time. There are people who bought 10 tickets to grand finals when they were members and gave it to their mates. And there were diehard fans who missed out and didn't get to, regardless how he went, who literally the season after, just because they didn't get to go to the grand final, they bought their membership. And people went to a grand final, didn't get the result they wanted, and they won't be back until the next grand final. Newcastle is one of the worst teams for loyalty, bar a few thousand fans.
Yep. I totally agree.
Trust me, I remember what it was like at that grand final. I flew up on a plane from Melbourne early in the morning with literally an entire plane of Victory supporters.
Yeah. But you're
in a jet shirt.
The biggest thing has been, I think you've got to, again, unfortunately, obviously, you
I'm a different case.
You've come in late. I can sit here, obviously, with Andy and go, I've been there since day one. I've had the same freaking ticket number. I had to fight for it this year. That was a pain in the ass. But anyway, it's a different story. Thanks to the Jets for sorting that out. Again, but it's one of those things where you buy it regardless. You buy the membership. Yes, I live in Melbourne.
I'll never not buy one.
No, but I live in Melbourne, yes. I still forked out the $130 or whatever it was for the active support membership. If anyone on the chat friggin' needs a ticket, because I'm not going to get to every game, you need one for a mate or whatever, hit me up. Friggin', whatever. But it's the fact that you sit there, as Vandy stated, you're Dylan Watkins, you Matt as well, and you just do it. You do it for the club. You know what I mean? Every little dollar counts. And you're putting it back. Now. Yeah, you're putting it back into your club, the club that you support for whatever reasons, As Laurie keeps stating, not one dime has been put into the club since October 9 last year.
Our membership incomings to the club is probably paying wages for people.
Yeah.
Look, everyone knows the relationship I have with Laurie, so I don't want to talk about it, but the only thing I'm going to say is what Laurie has done in the off-season before, I can tell you right now, if he had not done, there would be no Newcastle Jets.
I would agree.
I promise you, the club would not exist. And
I would agree.
Literally swear on that.
Yep.
One thing that Laurie did, which reminds me of what I'm not saying I'm loyal. I'm not here to tee off on the whole supporter group, because I tell you, look again, there are very loyal people, and it's cool 7,000.
Mm.
When we beat the Mariners 5-1, Laurie decided, you know what? I am going to open up the stadium to anyone that wants to come in. I want to give you experience. We had 16,500 people rock up for the game against Perth, and we drew 2-2. I'm pretty sure Roy scored a double. And look, the amount that would have cost Martin Lee, he didn't even have to have the idea. And look, football isn't for everyone. Yep. Newcastle will always be a rugby league town.
Correct.
That's fine. No issue. I'm happy to come second to them, because the Newcastle Knights are a wonderful. They're a well-run team. Sometimes the results go their way, sometimes it doesn't. Not an issue. But I just don't understand how people can be so fickle with demanding so much.
Yeah.
What, like, you think the club, you've put $100 into the club each year and you deserve results. You deserve what you get. The boys try their guts out. Yeah. Mate, when they lose, there's no giggles and laughs. There's no
they're guts.
There is people who literally break down. Literally, I've seen Roy O'Donovan's kick holes in signage because they've lost the game, and it's not because he's a madman. It's because he cares about the results. And you can say, oh yeah, well, he went to Brisbane last year. At the end of the day, it didn't work out for him, and there was only one place he wanted to be back at.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's it. I've seen heaps. No different. That's it. Top of Stanley. I've seen him frigging shed tears.
Yeah, top of Stanley's the same.
You know,
Every time.
Same thing. I've seen him cry frigging more than frigging he probably cares to admit. But he does it because he loves the club. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Hoppy's the same.
Yeah, exactly it. So, no, as I said, there's people in here, you know, drove to Coffs Harbour to watch the friggin' boys, you know, and that's great. That's what you do, you know what I mean? Like, Ben and I will be up there, round 1, New Year's Eve. Like, shit.
I'm flying up on Boxing Day.
We'll be there. So, that's the other thing, you know, friggin', if he's going to the game, make sure he's come say g'day, friggin' get on the beer.
And the W League game.
Yeah, we'll be there for the W League game as well. Vandy shout, I heard.
One more thing before you move on. Like, you say, oh yeah, loyal supporter who flies everywhere. We all know what Todd Blackwell does, but see, the thing is, it's not about being a 12th man or a 13th man. It's supporting the team in your way. And like, what people don't understand is, people drive to Coffs Harbour for a friendly match. That is supporting the club in your own way. And literally, you're gonna have christenings, you're gonna have birthdays, and there are gonna be times where you can't make it. That doesn't mean you're not loyal. That doesn't mean you're not a supporter.
Correct.
But you saying, oh well, the club owes me left, right, and centre because they've had a few shit years and I gave $100.
Club owes you nothing.
The club owes you literally nothing. I can tell you right now, Laurie will go up and shake your hand and say, thank you so much for your support. Yep. We really appreciate it. And that's how the team backs you. The team, you putting your money into the club makes a better team, which gives results. And then you go home happy. If you don't support it, the club can't succeed.
Yeah.
If you don't want to succeed, that's fine. But don't say the club owes you nothing when you're not going to put your part in.
Correct.
As Sean said, hate how people are saying that they won't get a membership because they don't get a hat and scarf. You can buy them separate. That's why the memberships are so cheap this year.
I freaking took my hat off too, Laurie. I was talking to him the other week about that shit.
I bought 2 hats and 2 scarves.
The amount of shit I see on eBay, Newcastle Jets scarf and hat from 2020, $5.
Yeah.
Unopened.
Dude, I have them pinned around this room.
I was going to say, I don't wear...
I have one set that I wear to games, and I buy a second set, and it goes on the roof.
That's it. Lockie's popped in there. Hey, Vandy. So, yeah, look, as I said, guys, make sure if you haven't subscribed as well, that's the other big thing. Make sure you jump onto the YouTube side, subscribe. Just thought I'd put that out there. 200. Push him for 200. Thought I'd just put that out there because Vandy hasn't subscribed. Just nailing that coffin home. Nailing the coffin for him. But, yeah, look, as I said, guys...
Yes, Lockie, I've spelt my name right this time. I've checked it 3 times.
Yeah, look, as I said, guys, this year's going to be big. You know, like obviously Ben and I have got some big plans. Lucky enough to obviously being able to sit down with Laurie in a couple of weeks when we go up. And obviously...
I've said it to Josh and I'll say it to everybody else. I'm not going to Newcastle for a holiday.
You are. But regardless of that, we hopefully... I don't even know. Actually, Vandy, do you know? Because I don't know. Have you heard of the... new media bloke who's jumped into there?
Look, I know a few things that's going on that it.
Oh no! I just want to know, is it because obviously I know Declan stood down. That I know that's happened, and he thanked us for his time and everything else. I just haven't seen anyone being appointed. Is someone? Do you know if someone has? That's all. Yes.
So Sprowley's taking photos and doing a bit of social media as well.
Yep.
Oh,
good.
There's a few things in the works. Mate, I've even stuck my hand up, said I'd happily drive to Newcastle on a daily basis and do it.
Ben.
I've said to Laurie I'll do it for half the price from here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I'll do it for look, no, look, there's a few things in they've got a few things in mind.
Yeah. No, that's it. And obviously, because obviously Ben and I are going to try and get a lot more in depth, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more interview for you guys with the players and everything else throughout the season. Obviously, depending on schedules and everything else. As I said, it's going to be a busy, hectic couple of months. 3-day turnarounds to 10-day turnarounds, everything else in between. But Laurie's lucky enough to give up a bit of his time when we're up there, and obviously we'll sit down and have a chat, and we'll try and negotiate and work our way through our best way to get you guys as much content and obviously close to the action as we possibly can for you guys. Anyway, Vandy.
No, Luke.
What?
NBN will have first priority.
Need a Yule interview. Nah, mate, friggin' yeah, NBA.
Hypothetically, one thing about that when you guys go up there,
yeah,
mate, Laurie literally he's a yes man. He'll say yes to any request that is obviously
reasonable.
100%, yeah, 100%. $20 is $20, but yeah. Look, he'll do anything for anyone, and if anyone needs a photo, if anyone needs a actually no, he'll do anything for anyone.
I was about to say, I'm just going to wrap that up there by saying thanks to Laurie in general, because he actually is going to do our first giveaway, one of the giveaways we done for the season. End of season, obviously, awards night and so forth, where it'll be a breakfast with Laurie. It was meant to be a breakfast with Laurie and Carl, obviously, not going to happen. But Danielle McDougall won that. She will be lucky enough to have breakfast on Friday night with Laurie and possibly, his words, possibly, it's not a definite, he said he'll try and...
Two.
What?
Don't worry, keep going.
Oh,
I must have used an old version of the banner. It still says Hyundai on it.
Oh, okay.
I thought
so he'll be lucky. Danny will be lucky enough to have breakfast with Laurie and possibly someone else who he can rustle up at the last minute to jump in the car with him as well. So that's again, little things like that. A few obviously giveaways, the shirt giveaway that he done for us as well. As Vandy said, you know what I mean. He's got all the time in the world for the fans, and all you have to do is literally ask. Whether it's a yes or no, he will reply at some point. You know what I mean? It's just one of these things.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't knock him for doing everything he's done. Everything he's busted. He's an absolute knacker on behalf of the club. And it is what it is, guys. As we said, get the memberships, get onto it. Make sure he's there on New Year's Eve. What better way to bring in... Huh?
We'll be there.
What a better way to bring in the new year after a shit one. With hopefully a dominant performance against the Coast, as always. So, Vandy, we're going to start slowly wrapping it up. We did talk, obviously, mainly because we fucked up and the audio was shit. But, obviously, if you got anything to add in regards to, obviously, transfer sort of scenarios, we've seen Newell sign. So, Newell's come in, obviously. Your thoughts on Newell?
Look, I haven't been incredibly amazed by him, but look,
yeah.
I must be missing something because literally everyone I've asked, and I reckon about 15 people, they've said he's incredible. I know his hold-up play as well. We can call him a young Heskey, I guess. And look, he's getting in the right positions, and he scored a world. He scored a banger against MacArthur.
Yep.
I need a little bit more time. I am not sold on him, but at the same time, he's got A-League experience, and he's only going to get better. So look, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, we can't be picky. Can't be picky, obviously, with what we get. We'll take what we can at the moment. I still believe we've got a few little spots open there to bring players in if needed, if we can find them, obviously. I was a big fan of Anthony Burke. I know that he's obviously moved on to obviously probably get more trials somewhere else, but who knows, maybe he might be back. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he looked good. But yeah, what do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys think that we need anyone? Where do you think our weakness is at the moment, Vandy? What's one position? What's one position you would possibly change or?
Look, I'm not really sold up front, to be honest. Look, Roy's a proven great striker, but at the same time, is he the Roy O'Donovan that we can get 15, 20 goals from? Look,
probably
last season, probably not. He did score a hat-trick against Melbourne City for Brisbane, so look, yes and no, but at the same time, I don't see every goal coming from him, and this is just a CAM, I guess. One thing that I will say is a lot's been said about the Beanie and Ugarkovic, what's been going on.
Yeah.
I am really proud of Stevie Ugarkovic. At the end of the day, if he wants to leave the club, if he wants to leave the club, that's for when a contract runs out. If your contract expires, you can do whatever you want.
Yep.
He wanted to leave the club early in the season. Club said no, and he has literally been an absolute. He's literally been he's been mature about it, and like he hasn't pulled a fucking. Oh, I have mental health, and once again, I take mental health very seriously. I donate to beyond blue and November and stuff. But mate, Bernie or Beanie, you're not stressed. You're just upset that you're not getting your own way. Play out the season, and if you deserve to leave and go someone for a better contract, play out the season, score 15, and piss off to your next ventures. Not an issue. But you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to sign for a coach." Mate, it's not like in five-a-side where you decide to go play with your mate and you come as a package. It's not how it works. Ugarkovic has been an absolute gentleman about it. He decided he wanted to leave. Laurie said no, and he's decided to put his head down, arse up, and he's been a true sportsman like he is. And if he leaves at the end of the day, thanks for coming and thanks for playing 5 years with us. You deserve the best.
100%. And we had him on literally a week, I think, before all that shit went out. And, like, he's brilliant, you know what I mean? And I said to him, if you stick around, there is no one else, in my opinion. He is the next captain. I don't think anyone else deserves it more than him. Obviously, again, whether...
I'd say he's been our best player in the last 5 years.
Oh, easy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There's no question about that. Obviously, if Boogs was to leave and Topper's still there, you maybe give it to Topper. But again, you look for that someone young. He's 26 or something, I believe, 7 or something. He's the bloke you give the captain's armband to. You know what I mean? And he deserves it. And as Vandy said, if he does decide to leave at the end of his contract, well, shit, good on him. He's busted his knacker. He's played for us, and I think it was more frustration. In my opinion, I think he was. He just wanted to be. Everyone just wanted to be on the pitch. There was just everything was up and down. No one knew what was going on. But as you said, once he got on that training pitch and started training with the boys together, and everyone was back together, it was like nothing really happened. You know what I mean? He was back where he wanted to be. He's just playing football. So, but yeah. Anyway, what else has we got before we let him go? Not sure how Bernie can be upset being 2 hours up the road here when he was overseas away from family. Look, it's a footballer's thing. Everyone's friggin', it is what it is. People leave and that for the most stupid reasons. What's his name?
The baby's throwing its toys out of the pram. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah. What was
He's kicking and screaming.
What was it? What's his name? From the Western Sydney Wanderers has just left the keeper. Friggin'...
Daniel Lopa.
Lopa. Big loss. But again... But he had a whinge. But he had a whinge. He wanted more money, and that's the only reason he left. He stated that in one of his thingos. Yeah. But again, fuck you. I want more money. Had a whinge and left. But he'll be a massive loss for Western Sydney. Good luck finding someone to cover that.
I know we don't generally delve in rumours here, but I feel that it's one that we should maybe have a whisper on. King Georgescu is apparently on the outer at Western Sydney.
We couldn't afford to pay him for one game, let alone a season.
My thoughts exactly.
Hypothetically, if you're gonna get him, he doesn't even make the starting 11. Matt Miller is 2 times.
Yeah, I saw your response.
Well, Jesse's a great bloke, and don't get me wrong. But saying that, hypothetically, I wouldn't know the figures. I'd say he'd want to be on about 225.
Yep.
Pretty sure Miller was on something around 100, mate. And you're getting him to do the double job.
Yeah.
Look, Georgescu, as I said, great bloke. When he was at the Victory in the 2015 championship year, one of their best players. But, mate, he didn't play as good as what we needed to him for the money that he was on here. Yep. And there's a reason he didn't get a contract extension.
Yeah, no, totally.
The only thing you can't fault is, and I've seen it in the chat a million times, the only thing you can't fault is his passion.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Terrific passion.
Yeah, he's a passion fiend. So, obviously, we're going to slowly... What do we got here? Green, need value for money. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to slowly wrap it up. Obviously, we do thank Vandy for his time. If you guys aren't a part of, obviously, A-League memes and so forth on Facebook and shit, go jump on it. It's pretty much friggin' 24 hours of someone sledging Vandenberg. It's great. Or Vandy friggin' putting up the most ridiculous shit on Facebook. So it's good. It's good value. Go check it out. Go jump on. But obviously, before we let you go, mate, obviously the season ahead, we've heard of everything. We've obviously seen what's going on. Where do you think we'll finish? Is it another forever 7th?
Oh, look. See, here's the thing. The salary cap has been slashed by X amount, right?
Yeah.
And you have a look at Sydney FC. When they were in the Asian Champions League, they had Costa up front, Costa Barbarossa, and they played trash.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a year for the Sky Blues. Perth Glory have cut all their players. Adelaide have cut players. Melbourne City's probably going to be the only team that competes, and we got a 3-3 draw against them. Literally, this is going to be the year.
Yep.
We could win it, or we could come last. Yeah, I'm not going to put a place on it because I promise you, mate. I reckon the bookies wouldn't even know who's going to finish with. I'm pretty impressed with the imports Melbourne Victory have put in.
Yes.
They're two English players.
Yep.
And Wellington Phoenix have done terrific.
Yep.
They've done well to retain their players.
Like Central Coast, I reckon will be stronger, but I still think we'll pit them. I think MacArthur, I don't see them playing well. I don't care if they had Tommy Orr on the bench for. I reckon this will be the shittest Hyundai A-League season, which will make this the best Hyundai A-League season.
Yep,
Well,
because it's not a Hyundai
it's not even
A-League
Hyundai
season.
anymore.
Yeah, it's just the A-League now. Friggin', yeah, look, it's going to be good. It's going to be great to watch Australian youth. I think
It's anybody's game.
Yeah, the biggest winner is Australian youth football, in my opinion.
Saying 100%. With all these people pissing off the Indian Premier League because they think it's a step up. No, they're just getting more rupees. The amount of youth that is going to be blood. This might be terrible for the A-League this season, but for the Socceroos, it's going to be terrific in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, no, totally agree. It's going to be a tough one. I think obviously MacArthur might do. I don't think they'll do a Western United, but I think they'll have a good year. They look alright.
Nah, I disagree with you there, Matty. I don't think the Mariners will be wooden spooners.
No,
I don't reckon.
No. I think they'll.
I don't think they'll be wooden spooners, but I don't think they'll finish above us.
No, I don't see them making.
I don't see him making the 6, but I don't see him as a spoon either.
Anyway,
One of my favourite quotes from the 2018 season was when I was rewatching the Mariners 5-1 game we won.
Yep.
And can't remember what the bloke was who scored, but he was a Spanish bloke for the Mariners, or like Andreas or something. Anyway, he scored for the Mariners. They went 1-0 up, and Brent Speed, a good bloke, said the Mariners will definitely make the 6 this year after they went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
One of the shittest takes in the A-League's history. We end up obviously putting 5, 8, and 2 on them that season. They ended up coming last.
Sorry, Speedy.
Speedy special.
Asdrubal was his name. Asdrubal.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, look, as I said, guys, we did say we'll end on Vandy's 11. Let us know once, obviously, it's all done and said. Your thoughts, whether you agree, disagree, put yours in. If there's anything you'd change, but obviously, other than that, mate, it's good finally chatting to you. We will see you. We'll see you round 1.
Anytime.
Yeah, we'll get you on. We'll get you on midway through, and we'll see how we're travelling, and hopefully, hopefully winning games, scoring goals, and obviously all the fans back. You know what I mean? As I said, the biggest thing is as well. We talk about fans. New South Wales have come out and stated that obviously back to 100% capacity for round 1.
Capacity, yep.
So there's no reason, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's New Year's Eve, and yes, it's a Thursday or whatever, but get down there, support the guys. For us, it doesn't matter. But get down there, support them. If it's not this one, throughout the next one, Western Sydney, even though it's a Monday night, Western Sydney Wanderers round 2 should be fucking packed. Like,
yeah,
there shouldn't be a friggin' spare seat. With whatever you can throw it, friggin', I shouldn't say that, but throw it Carl or whatever.
If you don't, I will.
Yeah. Just throw whatever you can at him. But no, look,
I'll throw shade from my living room couch.
Yeah, I'm spewing. Anyway, mate, we'll bring it over to you, mate. Your best 11, and obviously a coach to go with it. We may as well go from goalkeeper to the front, if you like.
First of all, guys, thanks for having me. And if you want to get me back on next time, you're going to have to give me a free a member scarf and hat, and I'll think about it. Guys, my top 11. I actually have bench players as well. But
here we go.
My coach actually is Carl Robinson, purely from the basis, and I reckon people are going to. I don't think we've had a very good coach in general. Like, look, Merrick was great first season, but did absolutely shit the next 1.5.
Yep.
Gary Van Egmond, championship winning coach. Did shit in his second stint.
I was about
Nick
to say.
Theodorakopoulos, I wasn't a Jets fan to mature enough to appreciate him. Everyone knows my I didn't like Scott Miller. I thought he was an absolute fraud, and everyone knows that I actually really did like Phil Stubbins, but you can't back a coach who only won 3 games. But once again, I will put Scott Miller ahead of Phil Stubbins ahead of Scott. Carl Robinson, just because I saw what he got out of the team for the last 8 or 9 games at the end of the season. I know you can't possibly have it. A coach that's been there for 10 games. But basically, that's purely because I think the players can do better than what Carl Robinson lifted from them. And, Carl Robinson is my top coach. Goalkeeper, I had 2, but at the end of the day, I have Ante Kovic for my top keeper, purely because I just think he's an absolute brilliant keeper. Yep. And what he did for the Wanderers during their Asian Champions League final, even though it wasn't for the Jets, I had to put him in. For my left back, I don't have really people in the golden days, but I do have Tarek Elrich. I feel like he kind of declined ever since he left the Jets, apart from that one season in Adelaide. But he was an absolute he was a people pleaser. Yep. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved his pet monkey. And he loved the club so much he shaved a fucking jet into his head. He's a winner. He just loved the club. And one day I see him coming back to Newcastle, as in whether it's a fan, whether it's a coaching, whether it's just to have a beer, he's an absolute winner.
Yep.
Centre backs. Nigel Bogard, despite the fact he got 4 red cards in a season, he loves the club. He hates the Mariners. Like literally, when his contract was up last year, and he was like, "Well, if I can't get pay here, I'll have to think about going somewhere else." Not that he put that on the record. I was like, "Oh, what about the Mariners?" He was like, "Fuck no." My other centre back, Taylor Regan, proud Dudley boy. I think he loves the money more than he loves the club, but at the same time, he loves the club very much and would do anything for the boys in gold or red and blue. So look, I see Taylor Regan retiring at the club, whether it's for $5 or $5 million.
I was going to say, I'll put that on the record and state that I speak to Regs pretty often. Good mate. He's got no dramas. He would come back to Newcastle and play tomorrow. It's just a matter of obviously the club offering him a contract. He's stated that to me many a time.
My right back, literally because I think he's the best right back in the league and possibly in the top 5 ever, Matt Miller. Absolute. First of all, hates the coast. Literally, the post was a stepping stone, like we're a stepping stone for him from Shrewsbury. I thought he was brilliant last year. His little cutback runs sometimes get caught out of position, but basically hates the coast, loves the Jets. If he doesn't get picked up by Shrewsbury, I think he'll be back. There's been reports he has been let go by Shrewsbury, but he put up a photo last of him and Shrewsbury kit, so I don't know what's doing. But Miller. My right mid, and this is probably my most debatable one because he loves money and sometimes loves the club, Andrew
Nabood.
Look, I think more people are on the other, but that one season when Tim Cahill was playing, he was just an excitement machine, put bums on seats, and then the season after he made the Socceroos squad purely because he played terrific football. He pissed off to Japan. It didn't work out well then for him, and I think if Naboo stayed, we would have won the grand final. It is what it is.
Yep.
Centre mid and captain Stevie Garkovic.
Yep.
I think literally our best player, possibly ever.
Oh.
He I understand that. It's just a no-nonsense defender. Central defensive midfielder is probably the most ugliest position in football. He plays it. He's a no-nonsense defender. He can play a ball. He gets back.
Yep.
He puts his head down. He might not be happy with the situation, but he puts his ass down. And at the end of the day, I can't bag him. Centre mid, Nicky Carl. Purely the reason I started going for the Jets. My first ever game that I ever went to was when I was looking for a club, and that was the Friday night game against Adelaide, and what an absolute game to go to. Literally, he's the reason I support the Nets, and despite him going to Sydney, he's the reason I support the club. So I can't stand him. My left mid is probably more of a because I'm friends with him, and can you guys hear me?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, we got ya.
Yeah. Do you guys want to have a guess of who I'm going for left mid?
Left mid. Far out.
He's more of a right mid and hasn't played A-League since we let him go. You'd be like, why the fuck am I putting him in here? But look, I think he deserves another shot with the Jets. I think he's very underrated and would love to see him back.
Left mid. Calburn?
No, not Cal. He's actually a right mid, but I just have him left mid.
Oh, right. Mate of yours. So he's still young, still obviously.
I think he's 28. I think.
Yeah, still good enough to play, but yeah. I don't know. Go on. Who you got?
James Virgili.
Virgili.
The one season that he linked up with Heskey. Look, he can cut in. He can. From what I heard, there's a reason he and Goodwin ended up declining in form, and I'm going to say it's a certain coach, but that I won't name. But look, I think Virgili was one of our best players during the stint he was there. Unfortunately, he couldn't score, but he could assist. And at the same time, if he could score, he probably wouldn't be having this conversation. He'd probably be somewhere else around the world playing football. He's playing for Broadmeadow, and yeah, I'd like to see him back in the club one day.
Very good. Very good. Who else you got?
My two strikers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a spiel. Joel Griffiths.
Yep.
He loves the club.
Yep.
And hates the coast. I thought he was a terrific player, and he scored the winning goal in the grand final. So what more could you want? My other striker, Adam Taggart. Look, he left the club kind of on bad terms, thinking he was going to play around the world at Fulham. Ended up going back to Perth and Brisbane. If I'm going to have the form that he was in the season where we came seventh once again, he was phenomenal. Golden boot, Socceroos call up. Is what it is. I'll run you through my bench quickly. I won't give you a reason, but I'll just say Glenn Moss, Bernardo Ribeiro, just because he's no longer here.
Rest in peace.
I miss Bernardo. He one day that he came back for his fiance and wife, Katie, absolutely. He came to the squadron. Little legend.
Correct.
I'm not going to talk more about our bench, but Riley McGree, Craig Goodwin, Johnny Katrumbas when he's played right back, and Emil Heskey.
Heskey. See, it's a hard one, isn't it?
Heskey first season, not Heskey second season, when he scored once in 27 games, and that was his last game for the club.
Yeah. I do apologise for everyone who's watching on Facebook. I've just had David Loudfoot just
Yeah, I've just pulled it up as well, and wow,
cheeky. Facebook's had so much dramas recently. Friggin' every time we try and whack it on there, it friggin' never show up. So I do apologise to everyone on that side. Yeah, look, it's a tough gig. Bringing in that 11 and shit like that. There's so many names you could put in there. Vandy's obviously put in who he thinks himself. Obviously, is his 11. For me, I can't see. Stuart Michalek needs to be somewhere in that squad. He was brilliant. He had his issues and so forth later on, but mate, he should have been a Socceroo.
Stuart Michalek, and remember, I support it because of Nicky Carl, but the glory days, I can't really put someone in because I didn't really appreciate football to that extent. Obviously, Joel Griffiths, everyone knows Joel Griffiths. Michalek playing CDM, I know he scored a bang against Melbourne Victory in that sore draw, but I can't because I can't appreciate him. Once again, when you talk about fans and who supports him in the right ways, mate, the Loudfoot boys. One had just got just left the army after 5 great years. Mate, they used to come down. James used to offer to pick me up from the station when I'd come up from the train. People support the team their own way. The Loudfoot boys are absolute legends, whether they're in Sydney or whether they're in Afghanistan. Absolute legends.
Mate, I put $20 on it. We don't see friggin' Loudy on New Year's Eve. I'm going to put it out there. I know you're watching Loudy. Mate, fucking worst fan.
I will shout the bar if one of the Loudy boys comes to the game.
Mate, we're on.
Oh.
Well, it looks like I'm leaving Newcastle for about 10 a.m. going to Sydney off to Parramatta first, dragging his ass out of his fucking hole.
Mate, I'll pay his way up.
Mate, you probably just jump on the train with you. You'll be in Sydney, fucking sorted.
Oh, no, I'll give him a stretch hummer if he comes to the game.
Oh, it's on, mate. Nah, honestly, friggin' yeah. The Loudy boys, you can't go past them. Friggin' two great lads. It's an away day.
More names in chat. Zen and
How good Sunderland? Isn't Sunderland one of the greatest clubs in the world?
You know you're fantastic when you've made a movie. You know, friggin' they had to follow Newcastle into the
and
movie.
a Netflix series.
Don't the Loudfoot boys go for Sunderland? Sorry.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Friggin' Sunderland boys through and through. Friggin' massive Sunderland fans. I think I'm pretty sure Loudy bought one of those shirts with the charity was going on there for the $7 charity. That was
Mine still has
he's probably lighting it up in there, you bastard. But yeah, look, as I said, guys, everyone's going to have their friggin' favourite 11. It'll come on age. It'll come on friggin' probably even what position you played as a youngster and so forth. You going around again? Going around again next year, Vandy?
Yeah. Look, the way we're going, the Jets might get me to play up front, which we're in negotiations. But no, look, I have a few offers with fucking all age. Trust me, I'm not anything special. I've got a few offers to play for a few different clubs. Every year, for like the last 3 years, my boys have said, yeah, that's it. And come around March, we're playing again. So if the boys go around again, absolutely, we'd love to play with them again.
Mate, friggin' the trophy doing the rounds the other week. That's on tap. That's good shit.
Yeah.
Just before we log off,
the
new Newcastle Jets store opens on Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter.
Quick shout out, 187 King Street, Newcastle.
Correct.
If you mention Laurie at door, you get a free entry. And look, let's go. Let's get some new kits.
Who's that free entry?
Free entry if you mention Laurie McKinnon at the door.
Absolutely, mate, all over it. Get into it.
It's also free if you don't mention his name.
No, you don't mention his name. Yeah, bloody oath.
Also, one thing before we go, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Brent Anderson, my mate, the greatest kit to ever walk the earth.
Yeah.
What an absolute legend. I'm not sure if you guys have mentioned that he's finished up. He's working within the club now, but not as a kid. Mate, if anyone deserves to be the MVP, Brent Anderson, he's been through the highs and lows, deserves everything good in life. I hope he someday runs the club and wins the lottery. But yeah, love the bloke. I wish him nothing but the best. I'm going to miss him in the away days. I'm going to miss.
Mate, honestly, friggin', it's one of those things. If you guys can tee it up, they're the people. I've spoken to Laurie in regards to this, and it's not just the players and stuff that we want on the channel. It's those guys. You know what I mean? It's the kit blokes, it's the friggin' chicks behind the counters, it's your media guys and everything else. Just to get on and get their thoughts about it. I'm sure he could tell us stories that no one else has friggin' probably got access to in those dressing rooms and shit like that. So, mate, friggin', if you want to tee that up, you just let us know, and we'd love to have him on to have a chat for sure. Because I can imagine.
I will tell you right now, Brent Anderson, you will never see him behind the camera. There was one day Fox Sports had vision of him in the dressing room doing his little Skrillex fucking going like this behind the camera, like how he does his mosh pit. He had to plead for me to try and get it not to go to air. He will never be seen behind a camera.
Oh, mate. We just want the audio then. We don't have to put his mug on face. Oh. Just get the audio. But, look, mate, as we said, we sit here and talk shit for hours, but, friggin' it is what it is. It's a school night. So, no, honestly, mate, we thank you for jumping on. We will see you round 1. And obviously, hope the season goes well for yourself. And obviously, bring on the season, mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And I seriously... A few guys might think, oh, you're getting 20 views, 25 views at one time. Literally, the heart and soul of Newcastle, no matter if your fans are fair with that, is the community. And the 7,000 that are there, you boys are two of the 7,000, sorry. And you shouldn't have to do this. You do it for free. You do it for nothing. Not sure if anyone would pay you. I'm not sure if anyone would pay you anyway. But I appreciate what you guys do. I love tuning in. I love the sponsors. I love the Ma family.
They're good lads.
I appreciate it. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to my girlfriend Millie, who lets me go to the games, is somehow attracted to the club. Her first ever game was the Morton Nordstrom winner when we won 2-1. Comes to games. One day she's going to tell me why that she hates the club, but no, she's supportive. She cares about my passion, and I'm a big fan about it.
Mate, you'd want to be.
Mine won't come to games anymore since she ended up on the mug of some media publication.
Well, Josh will give me his phone in Newcastle, and I'll send some stupid text to his missus. And I think it's either Kirsty or Christy. And she won't even know. She'll just text him back saying "fuck off, Vandenberg."
Yes. Loves the Vandenberg, loves the passion. Friggin' always looks for him on the friggin' TV. He's fucking there somewhere doing some frick. Still reckon.
Boys, looking forward to doing this soon again.
Oh yeah, nah, too easy, mate. Still reckon she's blind.
Johnny got it nailed.
Mate, fucking she must be getting a wage or something off the father. Nah, too easy, guys. We'll speak to you soon anyway. There is one thing I was going to say before we go, is because you're the man in the know. Friggin' whatever you fucking call ourselves now. Tavis Navicastra. What's going on, mate? Because that is one of the biggest things that pisses me off, annoys me a lot, is, day one, and Loudy, all the boys and that in here. It's the biggest thing. It's the best possible thing for away days and home days. Getting into the bay, supporting the boys, going ape shit, friggin' beer flying everywhere. You can't beat that shit. It's been absolute piss poor the last couple of years, let's be honest. Is there anything, Vandy? Is there anything? Can you give us something? Banners? What's happening?
First of all, look. The good thing is NCL. I have a lot of love for them, and I appreciate the difference between Terrace Navicastra and NCL is they formed when we were a terrific team.
Yeah.
We formed when we were dying at the arse. And look, with COVID and everything, it's obviously been a struggle to get them down to Sydney or whatever. We've discussed it. We were at the McCarthy. We're there through good and bad, and there are a few diehards that will be there. We're going to have a core group of 10, and no matter what, whether we're coming last or first, I can guarantee you the core 10 will be there every game.
Yep.
If we get 100, 1,000, 10,000 there, mate, that's fine. We don't care what the numbers are, but we will be there through good and bad because we care about the club, and anyone is welcome. There's a few things last year that happened that pissed people off. And I'll give you an example. There are people who dump their kids on us thinking we're some babysitting service. And I'm not going to give names. No, dead serious.
I know.
That bring their kids, their 6-year-old kids, 7-year-old kids, and literally just go and have a brandy and wine. And we do their best. And they literally will be in our ears saying, "Oh, I like the Jets." And I'm like, "Yeah, so do we." Anyway, at the end of the day, we're going to be pretty stern. We're not going to let people drop their kids on us unless they want to pay for a babysitting service. But yeah, look, we're going to be there. We've already planned tifos. We've already got fireworks planned for the new. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say anything. No, we've got
things are going good. We've got shit planned.
No, things are great. And we'll be there. Anyone's welcome.
Yeah,
that's
the biggest one.
Having people, whether you've been there before, whether you're 5 years old, 10 years old,
correct.
Anyone's welcome.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Is just it's been it's what I love about football days. Is getting into a bay, support a group. And let's be honest, from the day one, we had one of the best. It was great. Friggin' you couldn't go past it. And that's where we want to be. We want to get in there, friggin' everyone in on it, and friggin' get the scarves and shirts and all the merch. These guys have been floating around. I've got a shirt somewhere around here. The scarves, obviously. So yeah, honestly, mate, you do a stellar job as always. We will speak to you soon. We'll let you go, friggin' tuck Millie into bed. And we'll speak to you around 1.
Excuse me, she tucks me. She tucks me into bed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, typical fucking princess. Yeah. Hot chocolate, fucking book to read.
Pink jet shirt.
100%.
Can you even read?
Mate,
put it this way, Vandy.
Not.
Put it this way: you bring the beers, I'll bring the Mars bars.
Ah, yes!
Looking forward to it.
Bring on the Mars bars. Righto, Vandy. Take it easy, mate. Speak to you soon.
See you, boys.
See you,
Yeah,
man.
mate.
Cheers to Vandy for jumping on. Absolute fucking menace. Willie, serial pest, yes. No, I wasn't. And to be honest, as I said, I'm not friggin' giving any hate to the Terrace Nova Castro or anything like that.
Oh, no, not at all.
I just, for me, it's, when I go to an away day especially, I want that shit to be friggin' pumping. I want fans in there from all ages to, friggin' male, female, whatever, and I just want them screaming and friggin' carrying on, yelling abuse. Yelling abuse at Andrew Hoole because we're not allowed to say his name and then just changing his name to something completely different.
Brilliant.
Like, just random shit like that is fantastic. And that's what it's about. But I wanted to obviously take a shout out to obviously everyone who's jumped in for the first time tonight, who probably hasn't seen our stuff. We are as basic as you can get in regards to a podcast. We are no journos. We just love the football. We'll talk random shit for as long as you guys want us to. But obviously there was a few in there as obviously local guys and people have just come in recently. We've got Danny Glitterberg, obviously welcome. Again, if you've been in here before, well done. But it's probably the first time you've said g'day or something, or I've missed it, which is pretty standard. Let's be honest. Sir James as well, welcome. Beer train to and from the game, sounds good. Train up will be messy.
Sounds like the only train.
Yeah, there won't be one on the way back. It'll be first class service in Vandy's limo that friggin' was meant to be.
In the Hummer.
In the Hummer that was meant to be for Loudfoots because his weak as piss won't come. So I'll take advantage of that home. And everyone else, obviously, again, who I've missed in here as well. But yeah, look, guys, it is much. What have we got? Coming home smelling like beer. Absolutely, it's the only way to go.
Well, Luke doesn't drink it, so
that's even better. The fact that you don't drink it and you still come home smelling like beer, it's a good night out.
That's the only night out.
Season launch, what was that all about today? Shambles.
Yeah, never went.
Yeah, we never went. I don't know what you're talking about.
We never got an invite. We're not important.
Yeah, I don't think we were the only ones though. Well, Brisbane obviously because they were in the same sort of situation. But yeah, was it only us in Brisbane that missed out?
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah, it's alright. She'll be right. We'll do our own. That's what we'll do already.
Fox Sports done goofed. I don't think it was up to them.
Well, yeah, no, probably not up to them. They've probably got told the
date. I think what might have happened was the date for the season launch was announced after we and Brisbane had organised a trip to Coffs. So can't physically be in two places at once.
Yeah.
That's the only reasonable explanation aside from we don't like you and you're not coming because you're not our friends.
Yeah. What was I going to hear? Where can I buy a 2020-21 Gold Jets jersey? I'd say at the new friggin' supporter store.
It's on their Twitter.
Hunter Street down there, 1-something-7.
We'll have to go.
King Street it is. Sorry, not Hunter Street. King Street. Yeah, we'll go down and have a geezer.
We'll have to go.
Make sure
see how much money I can blow in 10 minutes.
Make sure he's mentioned Laurie McKenna for free entry, as Vandy said. It's a good gimmick.
Do we have 3 kids this year? Or just 2?
We've got 2 so far that have been announced, but we'll have 3.
Okay.
The third one's meant to be the Laurie McKenna special.
Oh, yeah, the one that he teased us with the emerald, cinnamon and white.
Yeah. Glory and Canberra from the W League, not there either.
Yeah.
Was our W League side there?
Nope.
Oh, wow, shit. They were at home.
City Women were there, Victory was there, I saw Milligan's mug from MacArthur.
I'd say the third kid will be announced.
Stevenson was there for City Women.
I'd say the third will be probably when you walk in the shop. Or probably when you get your first taste of the third one, I'd say. Just letting everyone
$300 that day.
Just letting everyone know that it's 34 degrees still here and it's 9 o'clock at night, just saying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's still hot.
Although, you know what I've just found out, only because I was doing my research on weather and shit like that I reckon we're in for about 15 days of rain in Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fantastic.
I spoke to Chris earlier today.
I'll tell you what. Talk so much bullshit. Get there at 10 a.m. Luke Gibbons. Luke, if you're watching, mate, get on the YouTube side because, as I said, I can't watch Facebook at the moment. It's all sorts of fucked. So if you're on Facebook, be sure to jump over onto the YouTube or the Twitch side. It'd be muchly appreciated. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's pretty much us for the night. We'll sit here and talk a little bit of shit for a little bit. Oh, there we go. Fucking there he is, Luke Gibbons. What's the difference between Vandy and Adam Johnson? Adam Johnson's been caught. Oh. That's far out. Wow.
Rough.
Wow. Far out. He's only had a nappy, friggin' Luke Gibbons. Mate, bloody hell. The bald-headed badger friggin' coaching the Stags. Down at the Stags. Bloody hell. Luke, welcome, mate. How you been, buddy? The Bombs. Brown Dog. Brownie. What's going on, mate? You shut up, Ben. We're not going up to Newcastle at all. Not going there at all. Flight's been cancelled. We're not freaking going to Newcastle, right? Brownie's in the house. Don't want him knowing when we're fucking going up to Newcastle. Don't want to see that bald head. But yeah, obviously what have we got? Cheers for the welcoming, guys. I have been here before. Beautiful. My apologies. Again, first time I've recognised the name, but yeah, great to see. Obviously, at the end of the day, before we do go, obviously we'll be here next week, Monday. Yeah, Monday next week, which will be the final one before Chrissy. Yeah, Friday. Yep. Yeah, it'll be the final one before Chrissy, and then obviously we will be doing something when Ben and I are up there. So yeah, feel free. As I said, we'll be at the W League game against Brisbane round 1, 28th. Oh no, shit! I'm not saying dates because Brandy won't look at that. 28th of December. And obviously we'll be there round 1 as well. So be sure, come say g'day, have a few beers, get on it. It's what we do best. Bring a real game to Dubbo for me this year. You going to Dubbo, Sean? Is that where you've been posted?
Dubbo!
Is that where you've been friggin' told to friggin' ship off to? Oh, Luke Gibbo, yeah, we'll let you run the vlog. Mate, I don't want to drink with you. Good, fantastic, friggin' Christ, glad we've sorted that out of the way. Sir James, no boys back, it was day off, but not all teams invited to Fox. Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah, no, we weren't invited. That's typical. I'll be going to 187 King Street to Jet Store. Absolutely, get there. I think it's. Vandy was saying Wednesday, but I swear I've seen tomorrow.
It's on their Twitter. I'll pull it up.
Just confirm that for everyone else. Friggin', I'm positive I've seen it say tomorrow. Vlog is mine. There we go. All over it. Sweet. Wellington High lad, full-time gig. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Well, that's the biggest thing, you know. Every prick wants a freaking gig in Newcastle. Trying to find a full-time gig in Newcastle would be ridiculously hard. So, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dubbo's good, man. Dubbo's a good
Wednesday,
spot.
the 16th of December at 9 a.m.
Oh, it is Wednesday. Okay, I swear I sent it tomorrow.
Yes, change of date. 1 hour ago. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the public launch of the new official Jets merchandise store has been pushed back till 9 a.m. Wednesday, the 16th of December. All 3 Jets playing kits will be available for sale in all sizes, along with a range of other merchandise. A new online store will also go live on Wednesday morning! We can get them online and shipped into fucking states!
Yeah, I'll be up there next week. I'm just going to go get one myself.
I'll get them while I'm there, because then I'll know I'll get them.
What have we got? I have flares to let off, though. Might need to cut that bit out. No, we're a family show, you're right.
You're good.
No, we'll definitely do something for the March. We'll probably do a vlog of it, friggin' run up in front and so forth. We'll figure that bit out. They don't ship to Vic. Yeah, that's typical. But it does say to me, there you go. I thought, it's delayed, sweet, but let me know when you fuckers are going up and I will make sure I'm not available. Yeah, sweat out, Brownie. No worries. I don't want to see don't want to see your face anyway.
I do.
Nah, fuck him. Fuck him. What's he done for us?
subscribe to my Twitch.
Ooh. No, anyway, 98% chance of
Man,
rain.
you changed the subject there very quickly, didn't you?
Why? No, not really. Not really. It's Twitch. Who would ship to Victoria? 98% chance of rain in Newcastle tomorrow. 98% chance. Look at you go. I bet you it rains tomorrow. Matty, I reckon it rains tomorrow. I'm just going to call it now. I reckon that'll be a Vandenberg tip, I'd say. Oh, fuck you, laddie. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. There's not much going on. We're just talking gibberish now anyway. But anyway, we're going to leave it there.
I'm uploading the podcast to Anchor.
That's what we do best. Where is Luke? Where is Luke Sports Gaming, mate? If you can just whack in the socials there. Once again, guys, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on Anchor, which links ourselves to Spotify. We're not up on Google yet because they're lazy and they haven't got back to us after a month and a half, nearly 2 months. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Apple?
No, we're on the Apple.
We on the Apple? Yeah. Yeah,
no, we're on the Apple.
And Apples as well. I'm heading, fellas. Thanks for another great podcast. See you on the coast on New Year's Eve. Bloody oath. Absolutely.
Yes,
As we said, guys, come say good day. You guys will know us better than you'll know us better than we know you guys. You see us, can't see you guys. So be sure, come up, say good day. Friggin', we don't bite. We love beer and we'll sing songs.
In my case,
we'll sing songs all day. Anyway, Matt Aldridge, you always talk gibberish. Yeah, that's fucking what we do. So that's why we're about to get off the air. Anyway, what do we got? Gotta have to do all those things to start seeing your name, Josh. Oh, fuck off. Go the Jets. Anyway, guys, let's go. We're going to leave it there. We will catch you guys next week, next Monday. I do have a guest hopefully lined up. He's doing great things now that he's finished up in the A-League with obviously the youth systems and so forth over in Adelaide. I'll leave it there. Leave it at that. And yeah, we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks to everyone for jumping on. Thanks to everyone who has recently subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube side, be sure to. We're nearly at 200, guys. We've under 10 to go to get there. We've hit over 250 likes on the Facebook page, so be sure to go like us on Facebook as well. Other than that, if we don't see you next week, we will see you in Newcastle. W League game on the 28th and obviously New Year's Eve on the coast. We'll catch you guys then. Thanks to Ben as always.
It's always a pleasure, my friend. Well, I'm glad to be back.
Absolutely. And as always, for everyone in the chat, I pressed it, didn't even hear it. No idea if it friggin' worked or not.
Well, then it didn't happen. We'll decide ourselves on 3, 2, 1.
We hate Co-Scum.
Co-Scum.
Take it easy, guys. We'll catch you guys real soon. See you, noobs.
Bye.